What's going on, everyone? So today's video we're going to be working on my trailer because I blew out a wheel bearing during my last road trip when I was picking up those four-wheelers. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above for you guys to go check out. Now, what ended up happening was, well, negligence. I forgot to check the grease in all my wheel bearings, which I'm going to be doing today. But the main thing is you got to take off the castle nut, and then once you have the castle nut off, you can just take the whole hub assembly off, and then you can pry off the bearings to replace them, and then a race goes here, and there's a race right in here. So there's two sized wheel bearings or bearings for this assembly, and so I'm gonna cut to some footage right now because I actually lost the original intro footage to when I was doing that. So let's cut into that and I'll catch you guys after all that. Alright, so I was able to find a new bearing at the store. My local Farm and Fleet comes with the cotter pin, and I ended up getting a new castle nut and washer here, but we do have to clean off the, hold on, my bag's running away, don't pollute. Alright, so we gotta clean the shaft and sand it down a little bit because it did get damaged up a bit and there's a bunch of buildup. So I gotta clean that off, press the bearing on, clean up in here, and also push out the rails, not the rails, but the runners. Try and get those out if we can, especially this one. So I'm gonna push these out, press them out, and then clean this up as well. Alright, well, I got bad news. Bad news. This was already, well, it fell out because, well, it got so hot that it actually expanded the hub. So this piece, the new one, as you can see, has a bunch of play. It's not supposed to have play. It's supposed to just slide in and stay in there, because if it has play, well, guess what? It's gonna wear out. Yeah. So I gotta get a new hub assembly, it looks like. Or not, yeah. The whole drum and everything. So I guess I'm gonna be on the search for that and possibly have to order it, which means my trailer is down until that comes in. So let's cut to the new one right now. So yes, unfortunately the bearing that I got would fit for this. However, this all got wallered out, so this is no good to me, and you could try and repair this, but I'm not gonna take that risk. I ended up just ordering a whole new hub. It did come in, and what's great about this, it's all pre-grease, pre-assembled. So all we gotta do is, like I mentioned earlier, clean up the shaft here, make sure it's all nice and smooth, just take down everything, and then slide this back over it, and we will be using the new castle nut because this did not come with one, and I rather just put a new castle nut and cotter pin on it. So let me go ahead and clean this all up. We're going to slide this new hub on, which also came with new lug nuts, which is awesome. So let me cut into that right now. So with wheel bearings, you would think, like most things, you tighten it down and you crank it, you torque it. That's not really the case, because then it's going to cause a lot of friction. So you tighten it down, and you kind of want to just back it off like a quarter turn or so, maybe half a turn. So it's catching on my brake right now, but the nut itself should actually be kind of loose, and that's what the point of the cotter pin is for, because the nut's going to be loose like so, and then you drop the cotter pin through the hole it will make it through the hole where it should. Alright, now that that is in, you got to bend the cotter pin. And the kit, I'm going to put a link to the drum in the description down below. And it comes with 2 different dust caps. One that's removable for the grease pin if you have one, and the other one's just a normal cap. But I'm going to bend the pin here, go ahead and put the cap on, and then I'm going to go ahead and grease all my other wheel bearings. Alright, so I just put the cotter pin in, bent the pins back on it, and then just put the dust cap on. And yeah, I may have beat the dust cap a little too hard. Tip, I would get like a block of wood to put over the dust cap and then hit it with the hammer or hammer. And then this way you don't really damage the dust cap. But honestly, I don't really care because this way it matches the rest of the trailer. Because the rest of the trailer does not look all that great because, well, it's a 2008. The person before me didn't take too good care of it. This is basically the condition I got it in, except for this right here. This was a tractor tire that was in the middle of the road that I could not avoid. Kicked it up with my truck and took the diamond plate out. Otherwise, I've replaced this guy already, and I had to replace this when it was 30 below. That was fun. Otherwise, everything else besides like the shelving and the painted floors inside, haven't touched this trailer much. So this is a little bit too nice for everything. So now we just gotta throw the wheel on. This spins nice and freely. Doesn't shake or anything like the old one did. And I'm gonna put a link down below for where I bought this. I got off of eTrailer.com. So I'll put a link down below for this specific product. And now this is just a pile of scrap metal over here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grease the rest of my wheels and that front tongue jack. Just precautionary maintenance things I should have done before. That wheel bearing decided to self-destruct like the way that it did. But so be it. Luckily I was alright. Nothing severely happened. Caught it in time, which not really in time because I trashed this drum. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a dislike. But let me know what I can improve on for next video. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you later. Bye. So funny enough, I just checked the other 2 wheels. They're all full with grease. But I don't know what this thing is. Oh, that's the cotter pin. Yeah, so that's the cotter pin right there. But this wheel and the other 2 on the other side have plenty of grease inside of them. So maybe that bearing was just going bad for whatever reason.